Hey everyone, and welcome to my console speedrun strategy guide for Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. In the last part, we took care of door clipping, getting the bow, and the scramble jump extension. And in this part, we're gonna upgrade the pickaxe we just got on the last part. And I'm gonna show you the fastest way to get the 50 salvage we need for that. Also, if we have time, we might get the pistol. But let's just see where this tutorial part takes us. Okay. We skipped the last cut. We reload the last checkpoint to avoid a game crash. So you one hit resume. Obviously, don't one hit resume because you're not pausing. Want to roll down here and try to follow my way. Make a left here and get this crate. This is crate number 1. We need 5 crates. Roll here. This is crate number 2. Get over this river-ish thingy and get crate number 3. Jump on these rocks and jump down. And from here on out, you're gonna have a chance to encounter wolves. And it's gonna be a pain in the ass, and sometimes you can't avoid it. But in theory, if you keep scrambling, they shouldn't bother you. So scramble your way up here. You can do a roll. Get the 4th box. Scramble, scramble, and get the 5th box here. So now we have 50 salvage, and this is exactly how many salvage we need for the game. Trigger this cutscene, and triggering this cutscene will despawn all the wolves, so now you don't need to worry about them. Skip it, scramble, scramble, jump, and hit square to get the camp. So this is the salvage tutorial I told you about in the last part. If we wouldn't have reloaded the checkpoint there, we would have had a game crash now. I'm gonna hit X to continue, and surprise, surprise, we have enough salvage for that. You're gonna hit another X, another times X, and then you're gonna hit square, circle, and another circle, and another circle. So it's twice X or A, and 3 times circle or B. And normally this takes you about a second to get. So I just did it slowly so you can follow my steps here. Jump and trigger this QT. It appears to be, the game appears to tell you that the faster you mash, the faster it goes, but it's actually not the case. You can just press it on normal speed. This will trigger a cutscene, and during this cutscene you want to hold forward and press B or circle to get a scramble. And this will get us a scramble at the end of this cutscene. Now for the most boring part of the first 25 minutes. The walking and the following inevitable stealth section.
A woman wields that much power, and sooner or later it gets called witchcraft.
We shouldn't discount anything, even what may seem.
Actually, don't need to bother with anything right here. It's a perfect time to read your stream chat, to answer questions, to see how you're doing, whatever, drink something.
Not if we don't live to tell it.
Here's gonna trigger a cutscene, skip cutscene number 1, and then skip cutscene number 2.
Who are you people? What do you want with us?
And roll into cover here. So the first guy is pretty much blind. You can actually sneak past him really quickly. This guy is not so blind, so you should actually wait for him to turn the corner. Don't roll, don't scramble, don't do anything until you get to here. And from now on it's 4 rolls. 3, 4, and you're gonna wait here. And this guy is the most annoying guy in this whole section. You really need for him to go completely past you, because he can and will see you. I'm not sure if you can roll here, but I don't do it to be safe. I roll when I'm here, once into this cover. Wait for these 2 guys to lose interest, and make a way into here, and this is the stealth section. The next QTE is unfailable, and it's gonna be twice triangle or twice Y, depending on your console. So you can actually keep mashing it as soon as this guy gets a little handsy. Okay, mashing Y, or triangle. And as you can see, I get it on the first frame. He's gonna lose his weapon now. And you can shoot him, but you don't have to. But for the amusement, I always shoot him in the dick. Left stick QTE. And now you want to hold R2 or right trigger and keep mashing square, so you shoot in the first instance you can. Skip this cutscene and roll away. So, coming up is the first part where you need a little bit of aim. So, a little bit of background. Lara has, before that guy we just killed, never killed a guy. So this is her first moment where she has to sort of fight for her life and all that shit. So, the cutscene we're gonna trigger is gonna end with a slow motion. And in this slow motion, you have perfect aim, at least for the first 2 seconds or so. And in these 2 seconds, you want to kill both guys you have to kill, with headshots possibly. If you miss this this window, then her aim will get really, really bad, and it actually does not matter where you're aiming. You just have to aim anywhere and keep shooting and try to hit the second guy. The first guy is actually a guaranteed headshot if you just don't move at all and just fire at the right moment. So practice this. Again, I haven't practiced this in a while, so I will miss the second guy with a high percentage. When you get to the top of these stairs, you want to do a lunge into the cutscene to trigger it earlier. Skip this cutscene. And now I wait, I don't move anything, and shoot, and shoot. And this is how you get 2 headshots here. Mash this, and get through here. That went actually pretty well. It's gonna be 3 times triangle or Y. Okay, so for this part, ignore the rounds on the ground. But don't ignore the arrows here. Only get the arrows. Take out your bow. And wait for this guy. Kill him. You're in stealth mode, so it's an instant kill. Try to jump as far right as you can. Actually missed this guy. You don't want to miss one of those guys, because then you are gonna end up 1 arrow short. And just jump up here.
Lara, are you there?
Yes.
I can see smoke coming from the old ruins. Are you okay?
Oh God, Roth, I'm in trouble. They're killing people.
What? Who?
Men. I don't know why. I had to kill some of them. I had no choice.
That can't have been easy.
It's scary just how easy it was. You've got to warn the others, Roth.
Don't worry about them right now.
As soon as you're up here, you want to do a typical scramble and roll, scramble and roll. But when I get to here, I only do scrambles. Want to pick up those arrows and shoot on this beam. Kill this guy, jump here. And this is the so-called Firehouse skip. The Firehouse is this thing, and the game wants you to climb in there. Actually, change save slots. Screw that save game. I need the other save game in case this recording fucks up and I don't want to play through all this thing again. So I'm going to show you the not Firehouse skip first. If you do not the Firehouse skip, you don't need to kill those 2 guys. You only need to kill those 2 guys if you're doing the Firehouse skip. You can just run past them, climb up there, get in here. As soon as you're here, you want to aim for this lamp and burn those things. You can actually grab those arrows. Okay, and it's another stealth section. The game wants you to kill this guy, so let's do it this favor. You can run past this guy, doesn't matter. You can kill him, to be sure. But basically it's just gonna run through. This guy, however, here can be a pain. So just try to avoid him as much as possible. And this is how you do this normally. Gonna exit the main menu now. And then I'm gonna try to show you the Firehouse skip. The Firehouse skip saves time, but it's a risky move. It doesn't always work on the first try, but it has to work on the first try to save you time. So again, it's sort of a decision you gotta make. Okay, where are we at? Okay. So, let's say we're doing the Firehouse skip. We just killed those two guys. Gonna make your way over here. Ignore all the arrows and ammo. So, you want to get on this part, which is actually out of bounds, and then jump to this house. To get out of bounds here, to get this small part, I like to use a aiming down sight climb, which is just you walk over here and then get on this. And I kind of fucked it up. This is the first part that's dangerous about this. You can easily get pushed off, then you're having to walk up here again. Okay, let's try this again. Walk on this. So, and now to position ourselves as close to the edge as possible, there's only one way. We have two standard animations in this game, which we can trigger at will. 3. Jumping, lunging, and scrambling. Well, 4 because we can only roll, also roll, but it doesn't matter. Of these animation types, only one guarantees us to stop at a ledge, which is lunging. Scrambling, jumping, and rolling will all go over an edge. So you're gonna lunge once here to be as close to the edge as possible. You're gonna aim down sight, and you're gonna aim around here-ish or here, what you feel most comfortable with. You're gonna let go of aiming down sight. You're gonna scramble, hold forward, and at the end of the scramble animation, you wanna input a jump. And as you can see, even if you do it correctly, she doesn't always grab this fucking ledge. Which is the reason why this trick is so... It's I wanna say dangerous, because it can end up costing you time. And sometimes it's just pure RNG if she will grab the ledge. This is basically, we're just trying to trigger the ledge climb, the ledge grabbing animation. You want to train this as much as possible with a precise setup. Some people like to aim here. So I personally always go for the Firehouse skip, and it usually works on the first try. So I'm kinda confused why I have 3 tries and counting right now. Four tries, okay. It's really weird. Yay. The only reason I lunged off the cliff, off the edge there, is because I overstepped the edge itself. Holy shit, what is going on there? Finally. So, let's say you make this in the first try and you don't take 5 tries. You want to grab those arrows. You don't necessarily have to, and just jump. And then you want to roll in here, or scramble in there.
I can do this.
So you can see, if you get it on the first try, it saves around 20 to 25 seconds, maybe 30, depending on your performance in the Firehouse. But you gotta get lucky. I actually got lucky in the last 5 runs I did of this, so I wasn't really prepared for this to fail as often as it did. Just keep holding up and scramble roll into the next cutscene. Skip this cutscene, and this is a perfect time to stop. If you have any questions, or if the Firehouse skip tutorial wasn't precisely enough, I can make a specific tutorial just for that. Definitely practice shooting those 2 guys, because it can end up saving or costing you time. Or if you have any questions in general, post them in the comment section, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. In the next part, we're going to take care of the Wolf Cave approach, and we're gonna do the climbing tutorial skip, if we get it. And we might even, you know what, in the next part we're also going to do skywalks, which is another technique we use in this game. So be sure to look forward for that. It's going to be another skip-tastic episode. As always, thanks everyone for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next part.